Dear students, once again I am here, your little star. First of all, I would like to thank you because of your good wishes for me. I too would like to thank you and express my gratitude towards you for your patient hearing to my audios and watching my videos. Alright, children, I am here to teach you a new poem today from your syllabus, that is Cherry Tree. Cherry Tree, composed by the poet Ruskin. Many of you have finished reading, but today I shall read you for you. Just hear how I am reading. While reading a poem, you must be very careful of the rhythm, of the style, of the intonation, of the pronunciation especially. So let us find the joy of reading. But before I read the poem, I just would like to say a few words about the poet Ruskin. A very good piece of information is given in your textbook. Let us know this. Ruskin was born in Himachal Pradesh in 1934. He has written many short stories, essays, novels, and more than 30 books for children. His first novel, The Room on the Roof, was written when he was just 17 years old, and he was highly praised and honored for this. He has also published 2 volumes of autobiography, Scenes from a Writer's Life, and The Lamp is Lit, a collection of essays and episodes from his journal. In 1992, he received the Scythe Academy Award for English Writing in India. He was awarded the Padma Shri in 1999. Ruskin at present lives in Mussoorie, Uttarakhand. The poem what we are going to read today, Cherry Tree, is about the poet's ecstasy over a tree which he planted, which took 8 years to grow. He is expressing his wonder at the ways of nature and how the cherry blossoms are fragile and quick to fall. The tree gives him immense joy as he can see the stars and the blue sky through dappled green trees. Children, this poem is a nature poem. So let me read this poem for you and follow me how I am reading. Cherry Tree. 8 years have passed since I placed my cherry seed in the grass. Must have a tree of my own, I said, and watered it once and went to bed, and forgot, but cherries have a way of growing, though no one's caring very much or knowing. And suddenly that summer near the end of May, I found a tree had come to stay. It was very small, 5 months child, lost in the tall grass, running wild. Goats ate the leaves, the grass cutters scythe, split it apart, and a monsoon blight shriveled the slender stem. Even so, next spring I watched 3 new shoots grow. The young tree struggled upward thirst, its arms in a fresh, fierce lust. For light and air and sun, I could only wait as one who was wandering while time and the rain made a miracle from green growing pain. I went away next year, spent a season in Kashmir, came back thinner, rather poor, but richer by a cherry tree at my door. 6 feet high, my own dark cherry, and I could scarcely believe it a berry, ripened and jeweled in the sun, hung from a branch, just one. And next year there were blossoms small, pink, fragile, quick to fall, at the merest breath, the sleepiest breeze. I lay on the grass at ease, looking up through leaves at the blue blind sky, at the finches as they flew and flitted through the dappled green, while bees in an ecstasy drank up nectar from each bloom, and the sun sank swiftly, and the stars turned in the sky, and moon moths and singing crickets, and I, yes, I, praise night and stars and tray, that small, the cherry grown by me. Dear students, I just finished reading the poem. Now let us see the lines. 8 years have passed since I placed my cherry seed in the grass. Must have a tree of my own, I said, and watered it once and went to bed and forgot. But cherries have a way of growing, though no one's caring very much or knowing. And suddenly that summer near the end of May, I found a tree had come to stay. How beautiful the lines are, children. The poet placed a seed of fruit cherry 8 years ago, thinking he must have a tree of his own. After placing the seed under the soil, he slept and forgot about the plantation. He was engaged with his daily life. The seed turned into a small sapling and began to grow on its own without being cared, without being known, without the notice of anyone. Suddenly, at the end of May during summer, the poet found a sapling of cherry, very small, as if a 5 months old child. I found a tree had come to stay. It was very small, 5 months child, lost in the tall grass running wild. Goats ate the leaves, the grass cut aside, split it apart, and a monsoon blight shriveled the slender stem. Even so, next spring I watched 3 new shoots grow. The young tree struggle upward, thrust its arms in a fresh, fierce lust for light and air and sun. Well, what does the poet want to mean here? The seed turned into a small sapling and began to grow on its own without being cared, without being known to anyone. Suddenly, at the end of May during summer, the poet found a sapling of cherry very small, as if a 5 months old child. It was not seen before, just because it was lost in the middle of wild tall grass. Its leaves were eaten by the animals, and it was affected by the gardening tool while clearing up the bushes. Monsoon caused damage to this sapling, dried the stems in hot summer. But next spring the poet watched new parts have been grown, and the young sapling was struggling hard to rise up. It had strong desire to get light, air, sunlight, and the poet was surprised to see the victory of the plant, which has tolerated so much barriers, obstacles, impediments, and became so green, so fresh, and has grown up. Just some of the words here you must write down in your notebook while learning the poem, while reading the poem. Children, word meanings are given just beside the poem. Just as for example, the pronunciation, the word Scythe, it is normally called Scythe, but actual pronunciation is Scythe. Scythe, it's a tool, gardening tool, and to clear up the jungle, to use in the garden, to cut long grass, grain, etc. Blight, B-L-I-G-H-T, blight means causing damage. Shriveled, S-H-R-I-V-E-L-L-E-D, shriveled means dried. And thirst, T-H-R-U-S-T, thirst means push with force. And fierce, F-I-E-R-C, fierce here it means, aggressive. Fierce, it means angry and aggressive. Lust, L-U-S-T, lust means strong desire. Well, now let me go to the next lines. I could only wait as one who watched wondering while time and the rain made a miracle from green growing pain. I went away next year, spent a season in Kashmir, came back thinner, rather poor, but reached by a cherry tree at my door, 6 feet high, my own dark cherry, and I could scarcely believe it, a berry ripened and jeweled in the sun, hung from a branch, just one. And next year there were blossoms small, pink, fragile, quick to fall, at the merest breath, the sleepiest breeze. Well, children, next year the poet went to Kashmir. He returned having a weak health, but the poet became very strong, happy, seeing the beautiful cherry tree in front of his house. The sapling has turned into a tree of 6 feet. It was unbelievable to see ripened fruits which were shining in the sun. Next year, plenty of flowers bloomed on the tree. Flowers were of pink color. They were soft and very pretty. The poet began to rest on the grass in one evening. The last stanza. I lay on the grass at ease, looking up through leaves at the blue blind sky, at the finches as they flew and flitted through the dappled green, while bees in an ecstasy drank of nectar from each bloom, and the sun sank swiftly, and the stars turned in the sky, and moon moths and singing crickets, and yes, I praise night and stars and tree, that small the cherry grown by me. The poet began to rest on the grass. In the garden, he began to see the beauty of the blue sky, the flying bird. He was in praise of the dappled green leaves. Dappled green leaves means dark light patches of the leaves, and he was in praise of the color of the leaves, dark green leaves of the tree. The bees were extremely happy while drinking the honey, nectar, the honey of the flowers of the tree, his dear cherry tree. The stars were twinkling in the sky. Moon moths and crickets, the night insects, were in blissful mood, in joyful mood. They all were very happy, and the poet was also very happy, seeing the beauty of his dear cherry tree, which was grown by him, which the seed of it was planted by the poet. And when the flower were being grown, being blossomed by the tree, when the fruits were borne by the tree, he was extremely happy, and he was enjoying the beauty of the night sky through the dark leaves, green leaves of the tree. So here we have come to know the joy of the poet, just seeing the full grown tree which was planted by him once, which was neglected by all, and which began to add beauty to the nature. So children, here are also some new words for you. Blossoms, flowers that bloom on trees. Dappled, having dark and light patches. Ecstasy means feeling of great happiness. Nectar, the honey. Well, so read the poem at your home and know the meaning of the new words. Use those new words in different context, in different situation, while writing your own English. And next day I shall work with your brainstorming activities. Until then, bye. Have a nice day. By the way, let me tell you that some of the students have requested me to analyze the text in Hindi also. I would like to tell the students that your English textbook focuses on the development of your English communicative skill, that is English interactive skill. I would like to assist you to develop that skill, and please listen to me patiently. I hope that English analysis will not cause any hindrance to your understanding, because little star uses very lucid English for you. Okay, so develop your English listening skill and be very good speakers in English. Bye.